Welcome to the Sprinkles of Spirit podcast. I'm Lisa, and I am your host. With a lifelong passion for self-discovery, personal growth, and spirituality, I have realized the ability to transform our lives is a timeless gift that lies within each of us, waiting to be awakened. Join me in this space every Thursday as I share with you all of the powerful practices and tools that have helped me elevate my mind, body, and spirit, as I know they will do the same for you. Together, we'll unleash your potential through self-love, self-acceptance, and faith, empowering you to live an inspired life that radiates with authenticity, purpose, and unwavering joy. I am so grateful you are here. Remember, you are exactly where you are supposed to be, and you are loved beyond measure. Okay, let's breathe together to get into the here and now. Wherever you are, go ahead and close your eyes and take a deep breath into your nose, filling up your belly, your ribs, your shoulders, your chest. And then allow an easy exhale out of your mouth as you soften the jaw, the shoulders. Sitting still for another cycle of breath in and out of your nose. And then slowly open your eyes. Happy Thursday. Thank you, thank you. So, welcome if you are new. I'm so grateful that you clicked play and you're joining me on this Sprinkles of Spirit journey. It's a podcast where I kind of share everything that has helped me kind of up-level my life in my mind, my body, my spirit, and I'm sharing that. And, gratefully, my listeners sometimes let me ramble. I think sometimes it becomes like this vocal journal maybe, but I'm always kind of like bringing forth just a positive message and something of value to help you on your path of mindfulness, on your path of living a conscious life, on spirituality, and maybe learning all the fun things that there is to learn about energy and living a life that's really rooted in service and rooted in your heart. So that's the idea around here. But I have a topic. I realized looking back a little bit that I have not done an episode on drinking, on alcohol, right? And how that can affect our spiritual journey, wherever you are. And I was watching a show, and the term came up, he's sober curious, right? They were at dinner or something, and someone referred to someone as being sober curious. And I was like, sober curious? And now more and more, the term sober curious, I guess, is out there. And I'm just like, oh, okay, sober curious. Like, what the heck is that? So I actually looked it up, and it says it's a term that describes people who are exploring a more mindful and intentional relationship with alcohol. So it's about questioning, social pressures, societal norms, and our personal habits to really have a better understanding of the role that alcohol is taking in our lives, that it plays in our lives. And so I was like, let me talk about this because, let me talk about my experience. with alcohol. So I stopped. I was a social drinker, gosh, I don't know, 20s, 30s. Alcohol was a very much a social thing. Well, let me go back even more. Growing up, it was just very normal for us to see relatives socially drinking. It was very much a part of social life, parties or birthdays or holidays. It was a social part of the event, of celebration. So I kind of think I grew up correlating it to alcohol equals a celebration, because that's when I would be around it. And so as I grew up, and in my 20s and 30s, it was definitely a social thing, right? Let's go to happy hour with your friends or, and then I will say, I think there was a time in my life where I feel like the social drinking was a bit heavy. It was like too much, it was like I was looking forward to kind of those times where you would just like kind of wake up foggy and not really care about anything and not feel connected to anything and kind of numbing out the things that may have been on your mind or depressing you or bothering you. It definitely became too much. It was affecting me mentally and it was affecting me emotionally. And now I realize it definitely affected me spiritually. And that's what I'm going to talk about. And I came to a point, so I'll tell you, I was in yoga teacher training, but it was before that, probably about a year maybe before that, where it was a conscious decision. I was on the path of like self-development, personal growth, reading all the books, watching, Super Soul Sunday with Oprah, just really doing a lot of self-inquiry and personal growth work. And it was really definitely, I will tell you, a conscious decision that I literally made. I just woke up one day and I was like, I'm done with this. Like, this is not working for me. I would have a 3-day hangover, even after just 1 or 2 glasses of wine. Felt like crap at the gym. It was really acting as a depressant, which alcohol is. And, sleeping way too much. I just backed up and I saw as I was becoming more conscious, I was like, this is not taking me down a path that I want to go on. I don't like the feeling of this. I don't like who I am. I don't like choices I'm making. Like, it just was overall like not benefiting me in a positive way. It was not healthy. And I literally made the decision. I'm like, I'm done. I was always into health and fitness, right? And I was like, how could I be so passionate about taking care of my body and not look at this aspect, right? I was like, okay, I'm going to remove this because it's not working for me. And I literally stopped. But now let me get into the alchemy of alcohol, right? Because alcohol, in the alchemy of alcohol, it is referred to as an extractor or a separator. So when I look at that and I'm like, yes, alcohol acts as this separator, separating you from really getting in touch with your, what I call higher capital S self. It's separating you from that, and it's really keeping you in an ego mind, right? And we know this. Let's talk about the physical effects. So alcohol, obviously, we know the physical effects alcohol has, liver damage, completely causes digestive issues. A lot of people gain weight when they're drinking. You can develop rosacea in your skin, look flushed and red all the time, bloating, inflammation, the physical effects, dehydration, causing headaches, causing you to be lethargic, right? Then we move into the mental and emotional effects. Alcohol obviously clouds our judgment, whether you want to believe it or not. It definitely, even just a little bit, affects your judgment. It can impair your decision-making abilities. It can definitely cause you to be moody, have anxiety, and yes, depression, because it is a depressant. And now I want to explain how this really can affect your spiritual growth because of the energetic effects. So alcohol is basically lowering your vibrational frequency. And it's preventing you, like I said, to really dropping into your heart space, making it harder to connect with your higher self. And yes, with your angels, right? With the power of prayer. And if you think of everything as energy, like prayer is energy, the words we say, we feel it in our heart, alcohol is, and that's raising your vibration, right? Alcohol is lowering. So the way I think of it is a faucet. I always say, in order for you to be a clean and clear channel, you have to keep, if you're a faucet, like you have to keep the pipes like clean, right? Alcohol acts as that substance that ends up clogging and the muck, and it's thick and it's causing the fogginess, and it's preventing the energy to flow with fluidity through the faucet, right? So it's like there's no way you can be a channel, an open channel to hear higher wisdom, to really connect to your angels, to develop your intuition, and to really hear the desires of your heart when we're drinking a lot. Like, it just is what it is. It's not going to happen. It will definitely slow the progress is how I look at it. I look back and I'm like, once I did that, once I literally just stopped. I mean, I'll have to do a whole other episode of this, but some of us have, the gifts of clairaudience, the clairs, right? Clairaudience, claircognizance, clairsentience, and we cannot really develop these intuitive, gifts when we're drinking a lot and when we're hungover for 3 days and we're foggy and we're dehydrated and we're tired and we're depressed. Like it's simply an energy thing. It's simply lowering your vibration, and it's simply just going to make it. Can you get there? Sure. But I think it takes way more effort and it's a longer process, the detoxification process you've got to go through, drinking your water, clearing your mind for a week, right? Versus, if you limit alcohol or cut it out completely, you will experience, yes, an accelerated shift in your spiritual development, your relationship to your higher power, the journey of faith, I really do feel the journey of faith is affected by alcohol. I do. Now, does this mean I never drink and I don't celebrate? No. What it means is I have developed, a really healthy relationship with it. I'm not drinking as an escape, where I think there was a period of time in the past that it really was. I looked forward to that escape and socializing and, having my cocktails and just escaping from whatever issues were bothering me at that time, And now it's like, no, now I can look forward to, I love having, hot sake with sushi, and it's in a celebratory way, and it's not overdoing it, and I know my limit, or a beautiful glass of wine with a lovely dinner, with my husband or with my family, or but it really is far and few between simply because, and by the way, physically, ladies, we have there the enzyme in our digestive system in our stomach that helps us physically break down alcohol depletes as we age. This only happens in women. This does not happen in men. Google it. Once I discovered that, I was like, oh my gosh, no wonder as you age, you don't process alcohol the same way, you know? It just made so much sense. I was like, oh yeah, that's why I'm hungover for 3 days, you know? And then what happened is now I just, a few sips and I really don't want it. I'm just not there anymore. I've just kind of evolved past it. It doesn't mean I'm a party pooper and I have a celebratory mood still, and I'm the type of person I can have a good time sober, and that's just me. I don't need it. But I'm so much more happier that I made that decision. I don't know, just feel clean and clear. The clarity you get is amazing. And the way you can drop deeper into your heart and have powerful prayer sessions or a powerful meditation, or, you're walking through life with a strong intuition, and when you know, because you're clean and clear. Your faucet is clean and clear, So I just wanted to talk about that. If you're curious about becoming sober curious, give it a try, play with it a little bit, limit it, or get your journal out and write, what is my relationship to alcohol? Why do I drink? Is it healthy? Is it unhealthy? Am I using it as an escape? Do I use alcohol as an escape? Am I just using it to help me, not face my fears or, but I assure you, you will be able to tap into the gifts you've been given and your own authentic power when you get clean and clear, and you're healthier physically, you're healthier mentally, you're healthier emotionally. And yes, you are healthier and clear energetically. So I don't know. It's a cool subject. I think it's interesting that it's becoming a little bit more commonplace, and that there's this term out there for it. I think it's important, in relating it to your spiritual journey. It's definitely something to take a look at, and no judgment to anyone. It's just another aspect of ourselves that we can discover, right? And we get to know ourselves on a deeper level when we go and we take a look at these things, about ourselves. And sometimes we don't like what we're facing. And sometimes we're like, oh, yeah, I knew that, and I can accept that. And now I'm going to make a different choice. But you always have the option to make a new choice every day, right? So, okay, let's my Sprinkles of Spirit card deck. I picked your angel message for this week. And this week, your message is, you are limitless. And your affirmation says, I release old limiting beliefs and embrace a positive mindset. I release old limiting beliefs and embrace a positive mindset, right? So let go of old beliefs. Maybe you're someone out there who thinks, I need a few drinks, or I'm not, socially okay, Let's kind of face some of those old ways of thinking and being, You can overcome it and kind of embrace a new way of being. Okay, and our Power of Surrender card. This year I've been asking, what do we need to surrender this week? And the card that popped out is surrender to what is. So it says, flow with what is instead of fighting it. When you can't change a situation, compassionately accepting it exactly as it is will bring you peace. Ooh, I love this one. So I just thought of, what you resist persists. Yeah, time to stop the fight, stop resisting, release the grip, And the more you can kind of relax and just find acceptance with the way things are, that's when things tend to evolve, when you're in a more relaxed and accepting state. Things kind of, when you kind of fall into this relaxed softness of accepting everything as it is, it's kind of like magic. Things, something new will pop up, an opportunity, a new direction. That's when things shift, when you're really sitting where you are and trusting, and you're not fighting it. You're going with the flow with what is, flow with what is. So, yeah. So thank you guys for being here. And for those of you who are following me, I've been doing this 30-day countdown to my big 50 and flourishing year on IG, Sprinkles of Spirit. I'll leave the links in the show notes. It's kind of fun, I wanted to just kind of like document this fun journey to this next chapter, and it's been a lot of fun. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will meet you right back here. Have a beautiful week. Namaste.